Hey, how's it going? Recently, I made a video about not always relying on your ears because they can trick you and using visual aid such as metering in order to make better mixing decisions. Well, now I want to talk about the opposite. Don't always trust what you're seeing on a screen. Sometimes you gotta trust your ears because they're the most important tool you have. Hence the importance of blind testing. Blind testing can be extremely useful to compare, for example, two different versions of a mix or a master without the bias of knowing which version you're listening to. And it's also a great way to compare two different plugins without possibly getting influenced by, I don't know, a nice looking graphical interface or some other factors that might trick you into thinking something is happening sonically when it's not. Recently, I've been working on my own version of a DBX 160 plugin. And as I am developing it, one of the things that I think it's most important for me to do is to blind test it against other examples of a similar style compressor or other 160 options on the market. And to do that, I use HOFA Blind Test, which is like a randomizer blind testing plugin, which enables you to load in some tracks and randomize them. So everything is anonymous now, and then you can reveal the results. And it's all constantly switching in a random order. The comparison involves a drum loop, just a regular Logic Pro drum loop that most people are familiar with. And here's the dry version. So all the plugins are set the same way with the same threshold, the same ratio, and as close as I can make them. This is the plugin that I'm developing. This is the UAD version. This is a Logic Pro version. The Logic compressor has a stock model of the DBX 160, which is really awesome. And this is from Klanghelm DC8C3, which is not exactly a DBX 160 emulation, but it's an incredibly versatile compressor with so many different options, and it has the ability to replicate the style of so many different compressors. So it also has a DBX 160 presets. Now that we have a general idea of what we're dealing with, let's hide everything, roll the dice, randomized. So let's start with track number 1. I would say this is the dry signal for sure, the dry loop. So let's go number 2 again. This one, I can still hear that cleaner low end, which isn't really pumping that much. So I think this is the DC, the Klanghelm compressor. And so that leaves us with 3 different ones. Tough one. They all sound really similar in terms of character, and they all doing an amazing job at the DBX sound. So let's check it out one more time. This is significantly, number 4 is significantly more aggressive than number 5 in terms of the snap. I don't know. I really don't know. Let's just say that number 4 let's say that number 5 is the Logic compressor, just because the bass seems to be a little cleaner on this one. Number 3 is the one that is compressing the bass the most. I can really hear it clamping down on the bass. I want to say that this is the UAD. And this is mine. Wow, this time we got it right. Yeah. And that kind of confirmed that there was some validity in what I was hearing before. It's not just a random observation that you might have once and it's not based on anything. It's based on me actually perceiving something, and even in a blind test my impressions kind of stayed the same. They're really close, and now that I'm super happy that my design is kind of back to back with the UAD and LPX, because they're really excellent. And the DC8 C3, it's amazing as well, but it's not really meant to be a 160 per se, so it's not really the fairest comparison. That's how I approach blind testing. So thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts.